Hello everyone. In today's Carnivores profile, we're going to be doing is one of the apex predators of FMWV 32 and the one that was responsible for the certain incident. Let's start with the backstory first. Fort Siskin is an island located off the coast of the West Central Sector. The island was formerly a colony for Dino Corp, and it was later turned into a hunting reserve on their western tour. Soon after the island's discovery, an expedition for Fort Siskin quickly became prime target for colonization attempt. This was because of several features. The island that mitigated risks and made Tyrannosaurus and his crew to decide the planet was unfit for colonies. For one, the island had little volcanic activity, the main threat against large colonial growth. Secondly, the island was found to have natural barrier in the southeast, creating the perfect defense against large alien life. For this reason, Fort Siskin was chosen for colonization attempt. Initial colony was planned to be constructed by cheaply using natural resources in the area and built using only human labor. This was initially successful, but a small group of colonizers building small village on the island, areas which are not protected by natural barriers, were fortified with dinosaur wall, large wood pillars which blocked the entrance to the colony, with only a large gate allowing entrance. That would give them a home. But, however, when the incident occurred, these settlers began to hear stomping sounds, and they hear the gate an animal's trying to break in, with the guns armed at the gate, whatever's trying to get in. Once they realize what it was already too late. And then the roar. What broke into the fort of the gate was a large T-Rex, breached the dinosaur gate, causing large loss of life and destruction of the colony. Those who survived the incident, they had no intention of returning to the ruined colony, because those who survived had been traumatized and witnessed the rampaging of a T-Rex, killing, eating either their friends or family. And since it failed of colonization, the fort of that place laid abandoned for years. Later, the island was considered to become a hunting reserve due to its sizable dinosaur population and infamous colony. Today, the fort is a popular hunting site due to its relatively challenging terrain and for the T-Rex that was responsible. Here's the Apex Predator's introduction. Tyrannosaurus Rex, a large predatory dinosaur native to the east central sector of FMUV 32, and the one responsible for the Fort Siskin incident. The T-Rex are uncontested apex predators within the warm jungles of the East continent, growing to 15 meters long and weighing up to 10 tons. Few creatures on the dinosaur planet stand a chance against these beasts. The Tyrannosaurs are most infamous for their extreme ferocity when hunting. After catching their prey scent, these dinosaurs will immediately begin to chase it down. In the open plains of the FMUV 32, this tactic is very successful as most creatures could not outrun T-Rex in denser woodlands, jungles, or rocky cliffs. Their prey has much easier time escaping into the place these large giants can't run, and such as the Tyrannosaurs are rare in these environments. This style of hunting expends tons of energy, and as so, the Tyrannosaurs prefer prey that is large and highly nutritious in protein, like iguanodon or triceratops and Parasaurolophus. It is thought that these large herbivores evolved their defenses, thumb spikes, and horns, largely to ward off Tyrannosaurus attacks with mixed success. In response, the T-Rex evolved thick, bulletproof hides to avoid lethal injuries from impaling. When humans began to exploring the dinosaur planet, the Tyrannosaurus attacks were rather rare as we are small and nutritious animals. However, once hunting these aliens began its earnest, T-Rex population quickly began to see humans as a threat, and a single gunshot enough to send these giants into a destructive rage. Few people are allowed to hunt T-Rex as it is considered extremely dangerous for professionals and downright suicidal for those who are unprepared. DHC only allows the best hunters on their tours to hunt these beasts, who must shoot the T-Rex eye into the brain because the only weakness in their bulletproof scutes. Trophies of these dinosaurs are rare because these factors are such have become greatly valued in collectors. Because the T-Rex has thick scales and bulletproof on top of the body and head. If you shoot the T-Rex, because it will not die. The only way to kill it is to shoot it in the eye, because that's the only way to kill it instantly. Even if you shoot the size of the body, which is this, will not die, because it would take 20 or 50 bullets to kill it. And I know what you're gonna say. Why don't you shoot the T-Rex in the mouth? It's the softest spot. Well, I wouldn't attempt it either, because it would not work. And what is more dangerous is the juvenile T-Rex. Although they do not do the roar when they see you, because they have no need for that. Unlike the adults, they would chase you down, and it will not stop until that prey is dead. And the juveniles would hunt down small to mid prey, like the Earth counterpart juvenile T-Rexes, which hunt down small and mid-sized prey, but it would hunt large prey if bold enough. Because these ones are extremely powerful predators and one of the largest known land animals on the dinosaur planet. Known for their extreme aggressive nature and are capable of preying upon anything in their environment. Equipped with monstrous jaws, strong muscles, and well-developed senses to do so. The dinosaurs most prefer large and unarmored prey like Parasaurolophus, and will often avoid animals which are more difficult to take down, like Carnivores. Because unlike the others, herbivores are well armed and equipped to defend themselves against large predators, but the Parasaurolophus doesn't, because they're easier to prey on and catch because they don't put up a fight. Because Parasaurolophus would rather flee than fight a T-Rex. While hunting, the Tyrannosaurus heavily rely on their senses in order to track down their prey. The dinosaur can be observed sniffing the air, observing their surroundings, and quietly listening to their environment. After finding a potential meal, the T-Rex hunting strategy will differ depending on prey item, on smaller or unarmored prey. The dinosaur is quick and ruthless and relentless in its attacks, charging its prey at full speed before bringing it down. In case of larger, well-defended prey, the Tyrannosaurus is somewhat more cautious, circling the animal until it finds the right moment to charge. Tyrannosaurs are merely solitary animals, preferring to hunt alone. But there has been reports and sightings of two T-Rexes hunting together, either as a mated pair or as siblings. As a result, the dinosaurs are highly territorial towards each other, whom they will clash violently with in order to assert their dominance over the area, much like modern animals do today, because they rarely die and kill each other, because they don't have to do it. But if that second one doesn't back down, either it has to give up or continues to fight. As a result, you get the idea. Such as shows of strength become much more common during mating season, especially between males. Young T-Rex are looked after by their parents for several years, going on their own at 4 years old. Due to frequent interspecies combat, the Tyrannosaurs have well-adapted tough skin to defend against bone-crushing bites. Their skin is made up of armored scales, which are the thickest around the head and the back. As a result, this armor can be difficult for even well-defended animals to cause damage to a T-Rex attacker. even if a Carnivores or Triceratops could even penetrate the scales of the T-Rex, it would just shrug it off. This is most evident when human hunters are, as most bullet calipers are unable to pierce through the tough skin. Like I said before, the only way to kill it is by shooting it through the eye, which is the softest spot, which allows the bullet to penetrate the brain, killing the animal instantly. Alternatively, explosives and electromagnetic weaponry would prove ineffective in taking down a T-Rex. And another thing, it's this animal's relentless determination. Once it picks up a scent, if it sees you, it will begin a chase. No matter where you run or teleport away, because typically predatory dinosaurs would give up, but the T-Rex doesn't. Once it smells its prey, or you, it will keep pursuing relentlessly. It will not stop until that prey or target is dead. Even if you teleport it away, or if you teleport to the ocean, it will just chase you down and kill you. Because there's no escaping. Despite the inherent danger of the dinosaur, and the skill required to take it down, the Tyrannosaurs are some of the most prized animals to hunters on the dinosaur planet, as only the most experienced hunters are allowed to seek it out, the dinosaur. There are relatively few casualties when it comes to hunting the animals. Likewise, Dinohunt Corp does not allow any hunter who is not an expert to hunt the dinosaur, and instructed low-ranking hunters to immediately and calmly evacuate the area if they spot a T-Rex, in order to keep the sport of encounter. DHC has banned many high-caliber weapons on their central sector tours, forcing their clients to take down the animal in traditional way. And high-caliber weapons, like explosives like rocket launcher or grenade launcher, it would kill it, but it would likely slow it down, because for that much damage, it will cause the T-Rex to limp, and it will keep chasing you while limping, because this animal will not give up until you're dead, even if injured. The Tyrannosaurus has been infamous on the dinosaur planet since its discovery, being one of the main reasons early expeditions labeled the planet as inhospitable due to the hostile fauna, among other reasons. As such, early colonization attempts on the planet by DHC were similarly subject to T-Rex attacks, putting the entire colonies at risk of destruction. The most significant example can be found in the ruins of Fort Siskin, one of the first attempts of colonization of the planet. The Fort Siskin was completely destroyed by a large T-Rex, broke through the dinosaur wall, causing damage within the opening of the fort to other hostile fauna beyond its boundaries. In the wake of the attack, surviving colonists abandoned the colony. Future colonization attempts would involve reinforced walls and defense system in order to prevent such a disaster from occurring again, which is very unlikely because those people who have been on that island would be reluctant to return because of the whole T-Rex attack. Which begs an unanswered question. Why did the T-Rex attack the fort in the first place? What was the reason? Well, there are some theories like its eggs been stolen by the nest, which no dumb person would ever steal a T-Rex, especially from an FMW V32 T-Rex, because that'll be a death sentence. Well, the second theory is being shot by a stray bullet. And the third one, either its mate or its babies were killed by the hunter, which would cause it to seek out that human who killed their mate or their children and seek vengeance. And the fourth, which is very unlikely but plausible, is that the T-Rex had a tooth infection, which caused it to hunt prey who have softer flesh, which is easier to process than animals with thick hide. Whatever the reason is still a mystery and unknown that we'll never know about. And that's it for this video. Like and subscribe, and see you later, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video.